Welcome to The Explainer. If you're a business leader or executive, this one's absolutely for you. Let's just cut right through all the hype today, okay? We're looking at the actual data-backed economic impact of artificial intelligence. We're not just talking about some cool new software tool, we are talking about a fundamental ground-up shift in long-term business growth, productivity, and profitability. By the end of this, you're going to see exactly how strategic investments in AI are unlocking massive gains across the global economy, and more importantly, what you need to do right now to capture your share of it.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit the generative AI frontier, look at how it's transforming global industries, break down that massive trillion-dollar economic impact, and then wrap up by peeking into the future of AI agents. Let's jump right in.
All right, Section 1, the generative AI frontier. This really is a complete paradigm shift.
Think back to November 2022. It wasn't just another product launch, right? It was a literal watershed moment. Before that point, AI was kind of stuck in the background, just crunching numbers and finding patterns behind the scenes. But then, it fundamentally shifted. AI actually started synthesizing new information. It started generating text, images, video, and even code based on these incredibly intricate models of our world. When AI went from simply analyzing our reality to actively synthesizing it, the entire global market took note. It became the central driver for innovation practically overnight.
Moving on to Section 2, transforming global industries. Let's talk about execution and real, tangible ROI.
Let's look at how this execution is playing out right now in two completely different sectors. Take retail. Predictive behavior analytics, it's no longer just a marketing gimmick. It's driving up to a 20% bump in customer engagement and higher sales conversions. It's the difference between blindly guessing what your customer wants and knowing exactly what to recommend. Now, contrast that with automotive. By integrating real-time autonomous decision-making right on the factory floor and optimizing those supply networks, manufacturers are actually cutting supply chain delays by 30%. That is real, measurable productivity happening right this second.
But here's the really exciting part. AI isn't just optimizing old markets, it's creating entirely new ones. Take the financial sector, for example. Fintech AI is now empowering hugely underserved populations to finally access credit. A perfect example from the data is Zest Money, the consumer lending platform over in India. Since traditional credit histories just don't exist for a massive chunk of their population, they're using AI, mobile tech, and digital banking to look way beyond standard credit scores. They're assessing risk and making lending decisions in seconds. Seconds, not weeks.
And the scale of this is just breathtaking. 300 million. That is the number of households in India with limited access to formal finance that now have a pathway to instant credit, all thanks to these AI algorithms. As an executive, when you see a number like 300 million, you instantly realize this isn't just some minor tech upgrade. This is massive market expansion. By solving the overarching issues of limited data and credibility, these companies are unlocking entirely new customer bases.
Okay, Section 3, the trillion-dollar economic impact. Time to dive into the hard macroeconomic projections.
So, when we hear AI's economic impact, our minds usually jump straight to task automation, right? Doing the exact same work with fewer people. And sure, labor productivity is a huge initial driver, but get this breakdown. By 2030, a massive 45% of total economic gains are projected to come from product enhancements, not just cutting costs. The real long-term engine of AI is its ability to stimulate consumer demand through highly personalized, attractive, and affordable offerings. That is how you drive sustainable growth.
Now, a quick heads up, these gains are not going to be distributed evenly. North America and China are projected to capture almost 70% of the global economic impact, mostly thanks to their mature tech infrastructure and huge capital investments. So if you're an organization trying to compete, you need a step-by-step game plan. We look at this as a three-pillar framework. Step 1, assess your potential by finding those high ROI use cases. Step 2, prepare your people. You absolutely must reskill your workforce to adapt to shifting job roles. And Step 3, establish strong policies. Seamless adoption means taking accountability for the ethical and governance risks inherent in AI so you can build secure frameworks while driving that long-term profitability.
Let's put a hard dollar figure on this global race. PwC projects the total economic impact of AI could hit an unbelievable $15.7 trillion by 2030. Let that sink in. $15.7 trillion. To put that into perspective for you, that is literally more than the current economic output of China and India combined. Businesses that properly harness this power
prep their workforce, and nail their governance are setting themselves up for unprecedented growth.
Which brings us to our final section, the future of AI agents. Let's look at how this is completely redefining how you interact with your own business operations.
We are living through a fundamental shift in our day-to-day work. We are moving away from what I'd call mere data retrieval. Running some static backward-looking report on last month's regional sales. Instead, we're stepping right into the era of interactive analysis. Imagine having a real back-and-forth conversation with an AI agent about your company's performance. Instead of just fetching a file, the AI maintains the conversational context. You ask follow-up questions, you probe into anomalies together, and the AI provides deep, dynamic insights into the root causes of problems. We are officially moving from just fetching data to actively partnering with AI to uncover immediate profitability insights.
So I'm going to leave you with this one critical question. Are you just implementing AI as a basic tool to pull data a little bit faster? Or are you preparing your people, your policies, and your governance to make the true leap toward interactive analysis and capture your share of that $15.7 trillion economy? The data and AI revolution is already here, and the market is waiting for those ready to seize it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today, and hey, I highly encourage you to take this framework back to your very next strategic planning session.